Hey everyone, welcome back to Mr. Holland's class. This video is going to be with more words and letters, things like that. We're talking about literacy here and just a couple of things that you can do with your kids while you're at home. First thing I want to start with is sight words. Sight words are the words that we find the most in books, in text, in sentences, newspapers even, words that we see frequently. You might call them high frequency words because of how much we see them. If you need some hints on where to find sight words, just type in Google kindergarten sight words. You might see something that says Fontes and Pinnell and whatever. Dolch, Fry, they have their own little lists. I think mine, I have like 100 of them, but we only go through 55 of them for kindergarten where I'm at. And I think we use like the Dolch, Fry words. We also mix them in with the words that we get in Foundations, which is a phonics program that we do, a writing program, all that kind of stuff. So, but I wanted to show you a couple things. The words that we use in class, I have them on cards. It's easy for them to kind of flash through. It's not something that we want to spend a lot of time on because we're not trying to necessarily read it as much as we are trying to memorize it. The reason why we do that is a lot of these words we cannot just read phonetically because they don't make sense. They are also referred to as trick words, so we don't want to try to get the kids hung up on, well, it doesn't say this because the phonics are a little bit messed up on it. We don't want to get tricked up, so we kind of flash through the cards as we say them. We started small. We start, with 5. So at this point in the year, they probably know at least 10. But we just start with a simple stack. I've got a couple right here, I think 5, and so I go A and have them repeat. So A, I, 2, is, and. You're going to start by having them repeat it. You're going to have some of your kiddos who know a lot of sight words. You're going to see that they're just trying to get them fast because maybe, in my class, we kind of play games like Sight Words Around the World where kids are trying to say it the quickest and they're trying to really focus in on the word and getting it into memory so that when they see the word, they don't have to worry about tapping out a word in a sentence. They can just recognize it right away. And they'll even call it out when they start learning more sight words. You'll see them when you're reading a book to them that they're pointing out, oh, that one's a sight word. That one says was. That's good. But again, you're going to start by saying the letter and having them repeat it. So that way they're acknowledging it. Also, make sure they're looking. I like to tell my kids the reason why they're called sight words is because we have to see it so that it goes into our brain so that we remember it. If you're not looking and you're just repeating what I say, you're not going to know what it looks like and you're going to get confused. So again, you're just flashing it. And at some point, they're going to get really into it. You're going to add some more words. And you're just going to go through A, I, 2, is. You can also try to change the expression of your voice to see if they're matching, because when we're reading, often we get characters that we're reading for that use different tones of voice. So you might go A, I, 2, is, and just trying to have them match you. It's fun, but it's also teaching them that you can say words in a different tone of voice and get a different result out of it, even though it's the same word. Again, just another strategy. So I wouldn't spend too much time with this, again, because once you spend too much time with it, the kids are going to start dwelling on how it's spelled, how it's supposed to sound phonetically. We're just going to do that quick. I often use this as a warm-up for exercises that we're going to do, such as this. Now, on this board, you see some consonants and you see some vowels. We're going to be playing with words here. You won't have these at home, but what you might have is some paper, and you can just cut out letters to have your kids organize them. Maybe you have magnet letters that you can put on your refrigerator, that type of thing. But I just wanted to show you a couple things you do. So at this point in the year, we've taught the students in kindergarten all of their letters and their letter sounds. We also have begun to teach them how to put those together. We do it in foundations. There's a system called tapping it out, but other teachers do it different ways. They might start up here and go like at cat, but we usually just have the kids tap, so they're doing something physical, which helps them to develop something cognitive in their brain. Tapping out the letters individually helps them recognize, oh, I'm doing this for one sound, I'm doing this for another sound. So I just want to show you a couple things. So I have each of the vowels up there. You might just have them do CVC words and say something like, I want you to look at the letters and I want you to spell the word lap. Say lap. Lap. There's a lot of repeating that goes on in this because you want to make sure that your child is saying it correctly, because if they're saying a letter a little funny, they might spell the word a little differently. So you want to make sure you're saying it clearly. Lap. Have them repeat it, lap, and then have them tap out the phonics. So let's tap it out together. Lap. Say lap, lap. Tap out lap. O, a, p. Okay, this is where it starts getting differentiated, because if your child has a hard time and is still moving slowly with this, we're just going to break it down and go one letter at a time. So, O, a, p. What does it start with? O. What letter says O? L, lamp, O. So let's find the L. Very good. Okay, so let's find the vowel that it goes with. So we have to go O, a. I usually like to go O, a, p. Let's find the middle. So O, a. We know O, and we go a. So which one says a? A, apple, a. Okay, so let's put it next to it. Now we need to find the last letter. O, a, p, p, p. And when you stop at a letter, you can repeat it to let them know I'm at the third letter and I'm just saying it over and over so I remember. P, p, p is P, pan, p. And you've spelled your word. Another thing that you can do with this is you can play with the words, and this is where they start getting incorrect, and you would tell your child, oh, well, is this a real word or a nonsense word? Like so. So we have O, app. What if I move these down to this vowel? What does it say now? O, ep, lep. Is that a real word or a nonsense word? It's a nonsense word. Okay, let's move it down to the next vowel. Let's see what it says, okay? O, e, lip. Is that a real word or a nonsense word? It's a real word. Yeah, like your lip, 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 lip. Okay, let's try it again. O, a, p, lap. I want you to notice something, parents. We teach them how to spell and we teach them how to read. So what I was doing first was I was having them spell. I said the word lap, and I wanted them to spell it one letter at a time. So they were able to spell it by going lap and then identifying the letters. O, ap. We said the word lap, we spelled it. When you read it, it's backwards. You're reading each sound and then putting the word together. So let's move it down here and make the nonsense word. I've made the word. They need to read it now because they don't know what it's going to say right off the bat, unless they're really up there in their first grade level, second grade level, whatever. But let's read it. We're going to tell our children, let's read it. O, a, p, lup. I tapped it out and then I read it afterwards. When you're spelling the word, you've given them the word and they have to make the letters to go in the word. Now we're doing it backwards. We're reading it is backwards than spelling it. So again, you can do that in different ways. Also, you can just do word families. So let's say you have app. Let's do something different. Let's do something more fun. Okay, so how about this? Let's do an. Now this is a word family. A word family is essentially a bunch of words that rhyme. They change the way that the beginning sound is, but we call it a word family is because they're related. They all end the same. You will have rhyming words that don't end the same because their spelling is a little different, even though they have the same sound at the end. But for kindergarten, first grade, second grade, we talk about word families because we can put them together in a group. So if I put this up here, what word is this? Ran. Okay, let's find another word that goes in that family. man. Okay, so man, ran. How about tan? So you're making words that you can just change the beginning letter and it would still be a part of the family. And you can do this with any vowel. You can move it down. And so you do something like ten. Hen. And so again, if you don't have magnets, if you don't have like the magnet letters that go up on the fridge, what you could do is just on a piece of paper, you can make word families and then you could just have them write. What if I put, this is an ag, say ag. Okay, let's think of something that rhymes or sounds like ag. Rag. So we would find the first sound says ag, R-A-G. What about ag, bag? What about ag, tag? And you just make a list and showing them that they're all related because they end the same, therefore they all rhyme. That's really all I wanted to show you. Just some word practices. Again, if you're working with sight words, you can just put them on an index card or you can just cut up a piece of paper. You don't have to do all the sight words. I would encourage you to just kind of figure out where your child's at and you can just go through at their pace. But again, say the word, have them repeat it. You can change the sound of your voice. With these, you can play with them and putting them together. For kindergarten, I would just stick with 3-letter words that have the vowel in the middle. Those are called CVC words. They're consonant, vowel, consonant. You can find lists on Google. If you put list of CVC words, you can find lists. And then also with word families, they're the ones that have the same ending but different beginning sound. Again, we're just playing with the letters and the letter sounds. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was helpful for you. Again, I just would like to create more content like this. So if you have any questions, make sure you comment. If you need any more tools or you like more videos like this, please consider liking the video. Also subscribe to it so that way you're getting updates when I post the videos. But until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.